Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you're having a good day and that you got as much candy as you need. We got into the holiday spirit a little early here at the Eliot Church, as many of you know, with our jack-o'-lantern competition. It was great. Everybody seemed to have a good time. We hung out, got very cold. 3 people got ribbons because their pumpkins were apparently better than mine. Anyway, today is the actual day, and as you know, Halloween is a time when we find ways to sort of dig into ourselves a little bit and find what is haunting us and bring it out and look at it and realize that it probably isn't really as scary as we think. It's a time to laugh at our fears when we can. Sometimes that's hard. I mean, this is coming at the end of a long week, which included a number of acts of domestic terrorism. And of course, we're getting very close to Election Day, so everything is a little anxious in our world. So I hope that this holiday is good for you. It's a chance to take a look at some things and also have a good time. This Sunday, we will be actually talking a little bit about being haunted. It's a little bit about our fears. Both those big fears, the anxieties about the world, but also personal fears. And often, also some burdens that we may carry with us that really do haunt us in some way. And I've always found that one of the traditions that is the most helpful for coming to terms with these things is the Universalist tradition. As you know, at the Eliot Church, we have about half a dozen religious traditions that sort of stream in to make what we do at Eliot what we do. The Universalists are one of my favorite. So we'll talk more about them and more about our faith and how it supports and sustains us in these times on Sunday. But I thought, for fun, you get a little glimpse into yesterday's activity. I had some of the participants at the jack-o'-lantern competition do our readings. So the sound isn't great. You learn a lot about how many of us know how to work the popcorn machine. You learn that we have a popcorn machine. But it's still a good time, and the message is an important one. So here we go. Readings from Universalist theologians and philosophers as read by participants in the Eliot Church 2018 Jack-o'-lantern competition.
Go.
I hold the restoration of all souls because, having myself been the chief of sinners, God granted me the mercy and pardon of all of my sins, and plucked me out of a brand of hell. I could not have a doubt that the whole world would be saved by the same power. George de Benville.
The mission of the Universalist Church has been a double one. First, to controvert the one-time prevalent idea of an endless hell. This part of the mission has been practically accomplished. But the second and more important one awaits fulfillment. A fight which shall continue until the real actual hells before our very eyes are destroyed.
Were I to personify justice, instead of presenting her blind, I would denominate her the goddess of fire. Of unbending integrity, justice should feel, hear, and see, but truth alone should be the polar star by which she should shape her movements, and equity only should constrain her determinations. From Judith Sargent Murray.
The spirit of love will be intensified to godly proportions when reciprocal love exists between the entire human race and each of its individual members. That love must be based upon mutual respect for the differences in color, language, and worship, even as we appreciate and accept with gratitude the differences that tend to unite the female and male of all species. We do not find those differences obstacles to love. George de Benville.
All kinds of marvelous things go on. I don't see how anyone who has looked and seen can do aught but say, "Where I stand, wherever I stand, I am on holy ground." John Wood.
To be able in any way to benefit, interest, or even amuse any of the weary beings that toil their way through this vale of tears, whether our efforts are known and appreciated or not, to have it in our power to wipe one tear from the cheek of the despondent, to cast one ray of light upon the haggard features of misery. The bare idea of its possibility has gilded the dark images of life with a glow which they never wore before. Julia Kinney Scott.
That's it for us. See you on Sunday.
Yeah!